This is a delicious, creamy, cheesy Orzo recipe. Now, I love using Orzo because every time I cook with it, it reminds me of being on holiday. And this recipe has a real Mediterranean flavor to it, even though we're not adding any herbs. All the flavor is coming from the vegetables. But because we slowly cook those tomatoes first, the flavor released from them is rich and delicious. Now, this is a meat-free recipe, but if you want to add some meat to it, then it goes really well with some simply barbecued chicken breast or any other source of protein. Sounds good? This is how you make it.
First thing you're going to do is chop up an onion. I'm using a red onion. If you don't have a red onion, white or shallots will be fine. And then you're going to chop up a courgette. Cut it in half and then cut it in half again before chopping it into reasonably small bits. And then you're going to halve some cherry tomatoes or plum tomatoes. If you don't have cherry or plum, use normal. Then heat some olive oil in a large pan on a medium heat, add that onion and fry it for a few minutes until it is cooked and smelling delicious. And then to that, you're going to add just some garlic. I always use pureed or minced just because it saves on prep, but you know this by now if you've watched any of my videos. And then add in those tomatoes and the courgette, and then reduce the heat to more of a low setting, and you want to gently fry them for about 10 to 15 minutes, nice and slow, to let the tomatoes release lots of flavour. Add in 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, 350 grams of Orzo, that's the dry weight. Mix all of that through as if you're doing a paella, just to let the Orzo just take on some of those flavours so it's all nicely combined. And then once you've mixed it, add 600 ml of stock, vegetable or chicken. Then just give that a final mix. You can check the seasoning if you want, but because you're using stock, you probably don't need to add any more salt. And then pop the lid on it, and you're going to simmer for about 12 to 15 minutes, stirring every now and again to stop that Orzo sticking to the bottom. And at this point in the video, please do hit that like button. It really does help me with the growth of the channel. Anyway, once you have cooked it, then you just need to transfer it to a dish that you can pop under the grill. You don't have to add the cheese. You could just serve it like this, but the cheese really just kicks it up a notch and just is the highlight of the dish, in my opinion. So the cheese, we're using 100 grams of lighter cheddar. Again, this just keeps the calories down. And then once you've spread that on top, you're going to pop it under the grill just until the cheese is bubbly and smelling absolutely wonderful. I mean, look at that. And as always, you want to garnish with some green. It's a simple thing to do to make a dish look better. I'm just using some parsley, and that is it.
So that is how you make delicious, creamy Orzo and veggies. Now, I'm not gonna lie, normally I'll take a bite and go, delicious, but I've literally been hammering into this off camera. And it's so good. So I think you're going to love it. And the melted cheese on top is just the cheese on top, icing on the cake. Anyway, doesn't matter. Right, I'm gonna stop babbling. Thanks again for watching this video. If you're a new follower or you haven't had a chance yet, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future high protein videos, because I'm posting at least twice a week. And drop me a comment below and let me know what you think of this recipe. Right. I'm off to go and try this. Speak to you later. AKA, I'm off to go and have some more. So good.